Wait, if it's a new recording, start it over.
Yeah. I started over.
No, like do the.
Oh, okay.
Hey guys, welcome to the second episode
Damn,
of
my dad's sleeping. I just realized.
You're what? You're scared?
My dad's sleeping, bro.
To the second episode of
I hear clapping, bro.
I can do it if you want.
Alright, it's chill, yeah.
I live alone.
Damn. Flex.
Hey guys, welcome to the second episode of Random Web Podcast with your host José and my co-host Rafa. And today we're gonna basically speak about the main topic is like why legends die young. But before we start, I would like to introduce our childhood friend Marco, the main man.
What up? You're what up?
What up?
Marco was nice enough to offer himself. We were texting him before if he wanted to come on the show and stuff, and he was nice enough to offer himself to help us edit the videos. So hopefully we'll be able to give you guys some nicer content from now on. And yeah, man,
you don't gotta lie to them, bro. You don't gotta lie to them. I begged you guys to come on the show, bro.
I mean, okay, if you want to do that.
I demanded I come on the show.
Had to pay us, had to slip us a few notes, but nah, that's all chill.
I don't got the money for that, bro.
Hell no. Bro, like, no cap, none of us do, bro.
I even had to shave my head for money, bro.
Like, it's stupid as hell with that.
I randomly called you and I asked you. I randomly called you and like both. I tell you thank you for helping us edit the video, and I see you with a bald head. I swear I was shocked. Like just I was like. Anyways, it suits you.
I haven't had this haircut since I was like 5. Since before I met you guys.
As your mother said, I think your mother said you look like Spooky, no?
Yeah, Spooky. Spooky from on my blog.
Who doesn't know on my blog? So, how we met.
Speaking of when we met, you guys know each other from even before you guys met me, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But yeah, I got to Abu Dhabi when I was 5. It was the year I turned 6, I think. That was like.
I mean, yeah, you won't turn 7 if you're 5. Like.
No, but it was the year I turned 6. It was 2007. And I remember that was the year that I turned 6 because at my 6th birthday, there was only one person there.
I was the only one there.
And it was Rafa.
I had no friends.
I had friends, but my
flex of the day.
My birthday's in the middle of the summer, and so everybody went home for the summer. And Rafa was the only one who was still there. That's why. But yeah, so my birthday's in like the middle of summer, so I kind of got screwed there. But I remember my mom. Obviously, my mom's Latina, and so same as me, and so I'm Latina as well.
You're Latina?
Yeah.
I think, did our mom
please specify.
Yeah.
You're Venezuelan, so.
Yeah, I'm Venezuelan, to be more specific.
Yeah.
Just like my brother right here.
No, not me. Hell no. But, I think our moms met on the Damas Latinas group. Was that it?
Yeah, Damas Latinas group. So I think it was like a Facebook group back then, where it's like Latin women would meet up. So that because in Abu Dhabi, obviously, there's like small communities of people. Yeah. And they would go to restaurants, go to cafes, talk shit, just like we're doing now. Exactly. We're just continuing the tradition. We're just continuing the tradition.
It's what runs in the blood, so.
Exactly.
Dude, I remember like when my mom told me about you, bro, she was like, I have two new things to tell you. And the first one was that like she'd met someone named Raphael. She was like, first thing is like I met someone named Raphael. I don't remember exactly what it was, and I was like so hyped because obviously I was like a tiny little kid. I was like what 5 or like 4 or 5.
You're 5, yeah.
Yeah, and so I was obviously excited about like having someone meet the same. And, oh, they're like, I'm gonna meet this guy, whatever. And then she's like, oh, and there's also a new friend for you. Like, his name is Marco. He's Venezuelan. And I was like, oh, okay. That's not as dope as someone with the same name, but okay.
Yo, can you imagine getting excited about some shit like that now? Like, someone comes up to you and is like, bro, I just met someone with your same name. And
Yeah,
I'm like,
exactly.
okay. Fucking I give a shit.
But yeah, man, like that's how we met long ass time ago.
And I think I met Marco.
I met your mom before I met you, right?
Yeah.
And so I remember your mom, my mom, and me going to Shefat, which is where we all met.
Yes.
So that I could like see the school that I was eventually gonna go join, right? At this point, I didn't know any English at all. And, yeah. And so I was like all nervous and shit. And then your mom like walked us up to your classroom, and she was like, "Look, that's him right there." And I'm like, "Bro, there's like 50 kids. I don't know which dumbass that it is." Like, I
Bro,
can't
did
tell
you
which
like
one it is.
wave at me or something? Because I don't remember that.
No. I think you were in the middle of class, so I don't think she wanted to disturb you. But she was like, "That's him right there." I'm like, "There's like 50 kids. I don't know which one you're pointing at." And I was like, "Yeah, okay."
So if we were,
I'll meet him later, whatever.
If we were 5 or like 6, were we in the same class, Rafa? I think grade 2, no? Grade 2.
Dude, I don't remember. I was in like grade 1D and 2C.
I don't remember at all.
G, wallah, 2G you were.
I remember me and you were in a class together, like at some point, but I don't remember.
Third grade. That was 3F.
3F.
3F. With Khalid as well.
Yeah. But yeah, so and then I met Hussein or Jose.
Rafael did it already.
Yeah, through Raf's mom.
Yeah, like I was with you in school as well.
Yeah, but I hadn't, because I hadn't joined the school yet. I hadn't met you guys there, so I met you guys like that summer basically, and then right before like school started in September. Especially because I was learning English, so I'm pretty sure my mom was like, just give him friends that actually know English so that he can learn everything.
No, the thing
Yo, I remember my entrance test was fucking hilarious because I got there and they were like, okay, we need to test how much English you actually know, right? And then my mom always tells the story. I don't remember any of it, but she was like right there, and she was like all nervous. She was like even more nervous than me. And they were like, okay, what animal is this? What animal is this? It was first grade.
Oh yeah, like, first grade.
Yeah. I got to Shefat in first grade. And they were like, what animal is this? I'm like, bro, I don't know, but this is a fucking elephant, bro. I go like, I don't know, bro. That's red. Bro.
Already swearing at age 5.
Get the shit out of my face. That's red.
Well, I swear, I used to remember, like, we used to like just swear some stuff that like we don't even understand what they were like. But I remember Marco, like at the start of him learning, fuck you. He used to like point to that. So, like, and I was like, oh man, I swear.
Bro, the worst part is we were learning curse words in like 50 different languages, like
exactly.
at the same fucking time.
Arabic, Spanish.
Learn out your Latino friends in English. Like
did you guys like see and figure out that me and Marco are very loud at this moment? I swear, like, because we're Venezuelan, I swear, like, it's not but for us to be loud. Because Rafa is like they're chilling and moving around. And,
that could be it. Possibly.
And then me and José are like.
Well, that's like a small intro to like how we know Marco. Hopefully, in the future, we'll do like a segment more on like our childhood and more of our memories because man, there's so many of those. But
exactly.
So Yeah, I mean, we can start off by like naming a few like recent celebrities or artists that passed away. Like for example, Kobe this year, rest in peace. Of course,
Yeah.
there was Pop Smoke, Juice WRLD, Mac Miller a bit later on, but like later ago, and there was Mac Miller as well.
Nipsey.
Nipsey,
Yeah.
So what we just want to talk about is like why we think that these things happened. You know, obviously they all died of like different causes. For example, Kobe died, the helicopter crash. Mac was an overdose. X got shot.
As well, Juice
all this attention, you know.
Juice WRLD died from a seizure, right?
Yeah, due to an overdose.
Yeah.
The thing is, like, what I've seen, like, in my opinion, is like many deaths are like, or like robbery, or like them randomly getting shot out of nowhere, like people jumping them, like celebrities, or due to an overdose, due to drugs. And to be honest, like, if you guys seen in like the past, I don't know, 30 years, mainly this is like the way all these celebrities are dying. So
yeah. I think
really young,
yeah.
So
I don't think it's a new thing though. Like I think like this has been happening for a while now. Like it's not like a 2020 thing.
I mean, yeah, like if you take it back to like the 90s with Pac, Biggie and Pac.
Yeah.
Like
Amy Winehouse.
Yeah.
Kurt Cobain.
Right, yeah.
Exactly. Like you all know.
The person Rafa is trying to imitate right now? Kurt Cobain?
No. I wish.
Yeah. The thing is, like, even them, all these rappers, like, we've seen even in the 90s, like Tupac, they were all like in this like, not gangs as they say, but like always into trouble in such a way. Like, exactly. Like, for example, I saw like a mini story about Tupac. He got shot like 5 times in a studio. Like, they ran up on him in the studio for like some reason, and
that's why him and Biggie had beef.
Exactly. So it's crazy. Like, random stuff randomly happen, and I'm like reading something right now on my laptop, on the thought catalog. They said, like, I've thought a lot about randomness of death and death by age, and I've come to notice there's one common thread: loss of unvalid life, unlived lives. So it's a weird concept. Like, it's tricky, as they say. There's some have reasons why and some don't. So it's just a world full of shit, as they say. And like,
yeah, man.
We're losing them young. This is what's the most annoying thing out of everything.
Yeah, I think losing any life young always hurts more than like older lives, even though it kind of sucks to like say that. But it just feels worse for some reason.
Because they didn't live life yet.
Yeah, they didn't like live all the experiences they could have,
Exactly, especially for like artists, for example, like X, Mac Miller, the ones that we mentioned. Like, take for example Juice WRLD. He was literally at the start. He blew up obviously, but
at their peak,
still had to. It had to keep going. It had to keep going.
They were in their prime, basically.
Exactly, yeah. And
even in the 90s, Tupac, as I mentioned, like, he was probably the most famous out of all, and he was doing his own thing, and randomly, if you see, like, got ran up.
Yeah, and Biggie had only put out 2 albums at the time, like.
Yeah. Well, Pac had already been in like movies, and he had released like a bunch of albums.
Yeah, but I think, yeah, they both had been working for a while, but I think like, especially in the time, like, hip hop wasn't as mainstream as it is now. So I think starting to break into that, and that's fun.
And as I said, Tupac was like kind of a revolutionary like movement for like music, like he added some different type of emotions into his music. So
Pac was able to rap like what people were living through. That's what Pac was good at. Pac was good at like relating to people. That's why people loved him so much. Why they listened to him. Why they looked to him as a voice. You know, because he represented the
realness,
people.
you know.
I mean, he grew up with that,
realness.
like in his own house, like his mother. You know, she was what would you call it? Like a fucking Jesus. What's the word? Like not a representative, but
Activist.
an activist. Yeah, exactly. So obviously, he probably got that from her and got that influence and was able to speak what people were living. That's why people love him so much.
Yeah, I think a lot of, especially young people right now, are always like, "Oh, Tupac wasn't even that good," like all this shit.
No,
But it wasn't even like just music wise. Like obviously he had good music, but it wasn't only music wise. It was influence wise, you know.
Yeah, but like if people actually dive into what he says in his music and like his past and stuff, like I don't know how you can deny he like like how can you say he's bad? Like, it's unbelievable.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's a song for him. He spoke about his mother, I think, in it.
Dear Mama always gets me, bro.
Exactly, same. It gets me into weird ass mood, like.
Yeah.
So like he has some amazing songs. This is like all of his songs, in my opinion, are like amazing.
Yeah, but I think when speaking about legends, I think that's specifically what made him a legend, I think. And I sometimes I feel like with some people, I think like maybe their death is kind of what propelled them towards being a
like
legend.
a lot of people throw around the word legend. Oh, like another legend has passed, another legend has left us. And obviously, not to be disrespectful to any of these celebrities, any of these artists, but I don't think that just because an artist passes away, that automatically makes them a legend.
Exactly.
You know?
This is
This
is like a thing that like okay, I can't say pisses me off because like it's not a thing to get pissed off, but like I mean, I saw like
justified. It's not justified.
On
just
Instagram posts like they compare
a legend.
They compare for example they compared Pop Smoke and Tupac, or like they compare these like Pop Smoke was like 20 and he barely released a lot of like music like Tupac did back then. And I asked myself like, why are you comparing them? Like, okay, they're both in a different era and they did their own thing. Just leave it aside, like leave them alone in such a way, like you know what I mean?
it's just different levels. I think sometimes we give that title to people that just because they died young and they were artists that people cared about, and that's fine. But I think when we're referring to legend, I think we're usually trying to talk about their actual work and how they contributed to the art form, I guess. And Tupac did that so much.
I think a legend should be classified by someone who has majorly influenced the industry, especially, because that's what a legend is. Someone who has released, music that have become classics. I mean, things like literally like songs, albums, lyrics that people reference to. You find that all the time in more old school music, but that's because obviously with time people have adapted those songs and they've become a part of the culture. So that's why sometimes maybe not immediately when they pass away, I don't think it's right to call them a legend, but maybe in the future, Juice WRLD, for example, per se, could become a legend,
Yeah, I think sometimes a person's death can inspire a lot of people, and that can create change. So I don't think that these people can never be legends, but I think we just need to wait and see,
Exactly.
And as you said, Marco, like it's different levels, So they're like the thing is everyone has his own opinion because like they're all like their thought is specified. Like okay, I like Juice WRLD because of so many people like specific artists because of this one song, but like us, for example, me and you, Rafa, for example, is like we listened to J. Cole since we were like I don't know, since he put his first album out, like for example, or like, and then what inspired us most was like Forest Hills. Like I think I personally think so.
Yeah, that's
many
how I
many
got
people
into Cole.
like I don't know. Many people think about like for example, there's Pop Smoke's song Dior, I think is called, if I'm not mistaken. Like people started listening to it, I think more like after his death. So which is not
Yeah, I
weird, but
think
like
that's natural though, because obviously when they pass away, that's immediately like a lot of publicity for the name.
Yeah.
Even if they're
exactly.
dead, but they still like, oh, rapper Pop Smoke like has been found dead, passed away. And then obviously like people can be like, oh, like I didn't know who Pop Smoke was. Like I had listened to his music before, but I didn't know it was him. I didn't know the name.
Yeah.
And obviously like people are gonna wanna look for, oh, who was this person? So yeah, that's definitely gonna boost their numbers up.
Yeah, but I think it's a natural thing that it happens in like every industry. I think
Yeah.
I think even like in art and ages ago, like Van Gogh, he wasn't really that prominent until his death. So none of his art sold until his death. So I think it's very indicative of just art in general, where death kind of adds an extra layer to art, which is super like morbid. But I just think it's at this point it's just natural in art.
Exactly. It sparks curiosity. Like, oh, who was this person? Why are they in the news? Dude, literally, like when I found out about Kobe passing, I was in the common room in my college dorm back in the UK, dude, and I read it on my Instagram and I saw Kobe Bryant has passed away in a helicopter crash, and I was like, there's no way, bro, this is fake.
Yeah, exactly. I was in shock.
I thought, bro, I 100% thought it was fake.
Dude,
me
I
too.
100% thought it was fake. And then me and my friends got on the group chat and we're like, there's no way. And then we just started sending like more
posts,
reliable sources. More like reliable sources.
Yeah,
and I'm like, fuck, there's no way. And then like finally it was like confirmed, and I was like, fuck, there's holy shit.
It was really sad. The thing is, rest in peace. But like the thing is, me too. I was like sitting randomly, like I think I was my girlfriend, like sitting down and just chilling, and I Instagram post, and I'm like, I'm not gonna believe it, until I make sure. I started scrolling more and more and more until like I'm like, no, I don't believe Instagram right now. Like, it's not the moment for me to believe Instagram. I go on Safari, I like search, and it was like I was really in shock, and it fucked up my week, like, literally.
Yeah.
So
I don't think it like actually hit me, like not it hit me immediately, but it was like I didn't like come to terms with him like actually being gone until like very short while. Like it was like,
because it's crazy. I mean, like I said in the first episode, I've never been like a huge like NBA fan. I don't follow the NBA regularly. I mean, I watch like highlights on my Instagram feed and stuff like that, but I don't properly follow it. But obviously, like growing up, especially like the classic, like, oh, like Kobe, like when you take a shower, like throw like a paper in the bin, like literally things like that. I think that's what made Kobe a legend. Those little things that even people who didn't really know who he was knew who he was.
Yeah,
like exactly. Like even for me, dude, like I have Kobe 9s, like the shoe, so even just something small like that is what I think made me like not believe that he had passed. And it sucks because it's at times like that when you really appreciate like who they are and what they did, and it's just, man, it's just a terrible thing, really.
Yeah, and I think when we're talking about legends, I think that's exactly what made Kobe a legend. He wasn't just incredible on the court, but off the court as well.
Exactly.
It was influence, and it wasn't even influence in the NBA. It was influence everywhere.
Exactly. Me being like a football player, and I barely watch NBA and stuff, but like I've always, like as you said, we always used to like Kobe, like we used to throw stuff, like as you said, like anything, almost anything, and I think personally I admired him as an athlete because like I actually used to like still read and watch documentaries and stuff about athletes, and I watched a couple for Kobe, and he's really like inspiring. The fact that he grew up in Italy, and I saw like the other day a video of him speaking Italian, which was like really really sentimental. Like actually, it was really nice, So
he spoke Spanish as well.
yeah, he's
at the
very,
Olympics, he was talking trash to another player in Spanish and everything. I was like, no.
Look, like even what makes him special is like, of course, it's not nice to speak bad about anyone who passes away, but like them being legends, they always make us happy in such a way. Like when we speak about them, and they give us a special sentiment. Like this is what makes me realize, man, they did something in this world. So
yeah, and I think when we're talking about legends having an influence, I think, of course, I understand some people who feel some sort of way about, for example, Juice WRLD or being a legend, but I think there has to be a asterisk to that, being like, he was a legend to me, like, because he had so much influence on me, like, for in some way or another. Obviously, not Juice WRLD for me specifically, but for example, Mac Miller will always have such a huge influence on me because he was my introduction to hip hop. He was the first person I listened to, and he was kind of like what made me enter into this whole music genre. Yeah, like he's the first person that I listened to and made me and introduced me to this whole genre that at this point it's the only genre I listen to. So
how did you find out about him?
I think he had like a feature on some other like song from like somebody more mainstream, and I listened to that, and then I just like diverted towards his actual music. Yeah, and then I was like, whoa, what the fuck is this? It's hip hop.
Damn, how long ago was that then?
I was still in Abu Dhabi. I don't remember when that was exactly.
Yeah. The thing is, to be really honest, like I barely listened to Mac, but like I heard and I've seen the reactions of other people, like listening to his music and what they wrote about him, like made me realize like he really inspired, as I said, and influenced many people. So I can't deny it, like, because there's a majority like against the minority. So
yeah,
it's special.
Yeah, but like Mac Miller is a legend in my life per se, but I don't consider him a legend globally or
like in the music
or exactly.
This is why like everyone has his specific opinion about everybody who he considers as a legend, but like as long he influenced and helped you with something, it's crazy. Like, and I'm just thinking about I think Post Malone's issue. It's crazy. It's like I saw the video the other day, and I was like, I think you guys saw the video as well.
Yeah. How long ago was that video posted? Like 2-3 weeks ago, maybe.
Yeah, 2-3 weeks ago, I guess.
Yeah, it was before the quarantines, because
exactly.
Yeah, he was in his concert. I don't know. It's like he said he came out and said like I didn't do anything. I wasn't under the influence of anything, but we can all see the effects.
Super sus. Yeah, super sus.
He's definitely on something, bro.
Yeah.
He's either on something, on a substance, or on his emotions, bro. Like
he said like I was in my own thing. I was doing my own thing. I was in my own zone. Like, come on, how the fuck can you be in your own zone and you'd be lying down on the floor and your eyes are rolling back and
dude, I don't think that's your own zone, man. That's crazy.
Too
much into your own zone.
That's a major cap right there.
He looked like he was getting possessed.
Yeah, it looked like he was getting possessed and then having an exorcism on him.
Literally, and then there's another clip at the end when he's like just like waving, like literally just like this. Like Satan to like the Powerpuff Girls,
Yeah, and I think that
Completely
harkens
cute,
back
bro.
to all of these artists dying young. I think right now there's a huge culture of drug taking in hip hop specifically as well. And obviously that's not a lot of the music that we specifically listen to, but it's there, like, and that's what a lot of people are listening to right now. And that culture of drug taking is becoming way more prevalent. And I think it's coming to a head at some point, and at some point we're gonna have to change something because it's going too
exactly.
far, you know.
And the thing is, it's like it's not only from like now the moment we are in. It's also has been, as I said, like from the past, from a very long time. But as I think many people look up to Post Malone, for example, and these crazy fans of his like are gonna think, oh, like he's having his best time with taking drugs and stuff, and they take it, as I say, for granted, and they start doing this stuff. So I don't know. I don't think he realized in that moment, like he's being he
People
put
start
himself in a very
considering it the
unfortunate
norm.
situation. Yeah.
Yeah, and I know we like to hate on Russ, but sometimes what he says, even though he says it in a very cocky manner, also what Raph looks like right now. Um,
I swear I
um,
knew you were gonna roast it for a second, but like,
Hell no, bro. Don't compare me to Ross.
um,
Hell no. Don't do me like that.
I know we like to hate on him, and sometimes he comes off a little cocky in what he's saying, but sometimes what he's
Sometimes,
saying
yeah,
is
just sometimes.
completely right. But sometimes what he's saying is completely right. Like, and he talks a lot about how some rappers need to take responsibility for how they're being perceived and how much influence they have on their fans and how influential they are in the lives of young people and impressionable fans that they have, you know.
yeah.
Whoa, where did he say that?
He has a whole song and he did a bunch of interviews when he was promoting his new album talking about it. Because a lot of people like to hate on him, and he was like, people hate on me because I speak the truth. And this, and I'm like, that's not why they hate on you, but but you're right. But you're right.
Yeah.
Like he was right about it.
For
Like he has a
actually
whole
like
song
Russ, like I like his
talking
music,
about
you
it.
know, like he's not bad, but like he's not on top of my list as
Yeah,
rappers.
I don't think he's on top of anybody's list, but definitely like I don't mind his music at all. Like
Come on,
it's
okay, wait. Let's change it up a bit. Your top tier rappers right now, each one of you. Dale
Damn,
pues.
top three?
Dale pues ahorita, rápido.
Damn, top three. Definitely Cole. Cole's definitely up there.
Of course.
I think maybe just because of like he was the first rapper that really got me into rap at a young age, and like some of the songs really just like have a deep meaning, and I really appreciate the lyricism that goes behind like a lot of his songs. Eminem, for sure, easily. I mean, I'm gonna be honest. Most of his music, like most of his new music, I don't really listen to. But in the past, I was a huge fan of his. So I think Cole, Shady, and damn, bro. I don't know. I'm gonna think about my third one, man. I'm gonna
in
think
what
about
order?
it.
In what order? In that order? Like J. Cole first,
No
Eminem
particular
second?
order. No particular order.
Okay.
No particular order. Because you know, there's like different days where I'm like,
Yeah. Different vibes.
Marco, of course.
I would definitely have to put I'm just gonna put the people that I listen to the most because they're the ones that I just come back to the most, and I feel like that's a little bit more um indicative of how I feel about these rappers, that I just always have to come back to them no matter what I'm listening to. I always come back to them.
True.
So I would have to put definitely Biggie up there. Um and MF Doom, which is a little bit of a lesser known rapper, but MF Doom I just always come back to. And I don't know about my third either. I have to think about it as well.
To be honest, I think I asked you guys a question and I don't even know the answer
you
myself.
don't know,
Exactly. I think as Raf said, like J. Cole, because like he's one of the main artists I listen to. I swear, I don't like Eminem. Of course, he's a living legend, as we know. As you said as well, like I barely listen to his music, but like he's always been in like all my
I mean,
playlists.
I've listened to like his new projects. I've listened to like his new albums and stuff like that. I just don't go back to them. You know, like I don't actually go back to like his new albums and stuff like that. Like,
I think I'm gonna say Jay-Z in such a way. Like I listened to him at a young age, but like he's still on top of my list because I used to listen to him for a good moment. But like this is my top three, I guess. I don't know.
Jay-Z. I know you listen to Jay-Z.
Like I don't. The thing is, his when the way he I don't know how to say, like provides his music, his flow and stuff. Okay, it's not on top of my list, but like his lyrics and he's been a lot in this game. Like he knows what he's doing. So I like the lyrics a lot. He has some fire lyrics in his songs. So
yeah, Jay-Z is definitely on top of there for me. But I just feel like I listen to his stuff a lot, and I have all of his albums. But
I don't want to lie. I don't want to put Tupac.
But I just don't go back to him too
my list because like I listen to him occasionally, but like when I listen to him, I go just a vibe in a very high manner.
Yeah.
So
I have to be in a very specific vibe to listen to Tupac.
Exactly. It's just different. Like I know, Rafael, you're working on many playlists and stuff due to this quarantine.
I have Biggie more on the playlist, like because personally I'm more of a Biggie fan than a Pac fan. Because I'm a person that listens a lot more to like how the song actually sounds, if you get what I mean. Not just like the instrumental, but like how the flow affects that too, you know. I feel like, I mean, if it's a song, at the end of the day, what you're doing is you're trying to listen, trying to enjoy like sound, you know. So I think that's why I like
if we're gonna speak about sound, I swear I've been listening to Beyonce from. I swear.
I don't blame you, bro. I don't blame you. Low key, like I know, like we listen to a lot of hip hop, but sometimes like just listening to her sing, I'm like, yo,
me for saying this, but like,
I've listened to like,
bro, you better shut your ass up right now.
I listened to Listen like yesterday for like 500 times, like different covers, different people, like, and I was like, man, I swear, like at the end of the day, come on, like it's not everything is hip hop. Like you go back to listening to these.
No, I mean I listen to different genres of music as well, not just hip hop, but like
reggaeton.
Man, I don't know, not Beyonce, bro. Like,
hi Marco, come on. Like I asked you, I think before we started the call, like about salsa and stuff. Like, come on, we're gonna go back to our roots. Like we're all Latino, so you cannot not throw the Latino vibe.
Okay, if we're talking about like music in general, like obviously hip hop, there's not a lot of like, I don't listen to a lot of reggaeton, so there's not a lot of like Spanish rappers that I listen to very much.
Like they're not even rappers, they're like pop.
Oh yeah, exactly. They're reggaetoneros really, so I don't listen to it a lot. But in music in general, one of my favorite artists of all time is Carlos Santana. Obviously, like I've been a guitar player for a while, so I've always been inspired by his guitar, by his.
To be honest, you guys, I think know, like I started guitar like recently in such a way, and I think like thanks to my girlfriend, she helped me a lot with this thing. So plus, like I've always had like a musical background from both sides of my parents, so like this is a good thing. But like I've been listening to Gypsy Kings, for example. For example, the song that I'm trying to learn right now is like Buena, and it's working. Like it's not that bad. Like I'm practicing.
Slowly but surely. Yeah, slowly but surely. But yeah, Carlos Santana, I always go back to him as well because he's always on my general music playlist. I always put him on there because I just love his music so much.
Come on, if you guys are not Latino, if you don't listen to Vallenato.
Of course. But like, but it's like not something. But there's not something that I'm gonna play in my room alone. Like it's something I play with my family. Like, imagine Vallenato, you're just sitting at your desk and you're like,
We always use that one finger when you're drunk, like 4 in the morning. You're like, this is
exactly. You
like
listen
this.
to it like around other people. You grab people so that you can dance with them and shit. But like, it's not something that like I'm just gonna play in the middle of my room.
Honestly,
on my own.
and I'm not
like vibing
shy. I'm not gonna be shy and like hide. Like when I'm fucking cleaning my room, I like to put my knuckle. Like I swear, I just
really
throw my
like
knuckle.
Grab a pillow and start.
No, the mop or something, or the broom.
The mom. Bro, you have a girlfriend. What are you doing?
Yo, come on, I don't live with her. What do you want me to do? Come on, I want to dance with her. Like, guys, know me.
You posted a couple of stories on your Insta with her dancing. I've seen that. That is cute, man. It's cute.
It is. Yeah, like I'm blessed with this thing. Like I'm not that type of person that will hide my
city.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, bro. Talk about it, man.
Wait, what? Guys, I didn't hear you.
You live in the same city. Me and Rafa are out here, fuck.
Yeah, but like we're so corny.
Dude, who's my top 3? Who would be my third? What the hell?
I was thinking about it. I can't. It would it'd probably be Kendrick right now. So it'd be Biggie,
MF. Wallah, I forgot about Kendrick, yahi. Wallah, I said Jay-Z because like actually Jay-Z, but like it's not on my list. Like I swear, like I just said Jay-Z because I remembered him and I like, listened to a good amount of music. He's like in the past, but like, wallah, I've been listening to Beyonce and Jessie J for like the fucking past 2 days because I'm fucking lonely. Yeah, wallah, I'm lonely.
Yeah, that's definitely my top 3. And in that order: Biggie, MF Doom, and then Kendrick.
Dude, I mean, I'm comfortable with J. Cole and Eminem, like at the top, and then the third one changes a lot, you know? Because like for example, lately I've been listening to a lot of like 21 Savage, or sometimes it changes to Joey Badass, or sometimes it changes to Biggie, sometimes it changes to Mac. There was a period of time where all I listened to was like Mac, fucking what's his name, Frank Ocean, Tyler the Creator, like that type of music, you know.
You don't want to put them there, like Frank Ocean, Daniel Caesar.
Yeah.
Tyler, I have a whole Tyler playlist.
Like that third changes a lot for me, so I don't think I have like an established third. I have like a bunch. I could give you like a top 5, top 10 probably, but top 3, that's like, you know.
Yeah, whittling down to top 3 is super difficult.
Yeah.
But yeah, we should definitely preface being like, yo, this is our opinions, and like, obviously everyone has their own.
At the end of the day, it's not like we're like a professional.
Yeah, we're obviously not like music majors and shit, or people in the industry that know everything about music. Although there's people in the industry that probably know even less than us. But
I mean, yeah, dude, that's true. Like even Blueface said it in an interview, like he's not in rap for like the culture, he's just in it for the money. And when I heard that shit, I was like, man, fucking dude, because I think a huge problem with like hip hop nowadays, apart from like just like the whole like drug culture that there is, that it's surrounded by, is also like hip hop is being used more as a job now to kind of get out of these like bad situations that people come from, you know. And I think, I mean, obviously, I'm not saying don't do that, because you know you got to do what you got to do to get out of the bad positions that you're in. But when you just do something as a job, that takes the passion out of it. And I think maybe that's why hip hop nowadays is so volatile. A lot of the music that's being made nowadays is gonna be forgotten in easy like 3 years, 2 years, you know?
Yeah, I don't think there's longevity. Like I think we noticed that with like music from like the early 2000s.
Exactly.
Like it's no one's listening to like Soulja Boy anymore. Like
you say
he's locked up, by the way.
But to be fair, I mean,
Like,
okay,
I mean,
okay,
like
maybe
that seems,
maybe not.
but that's where it started from. That's where all of this like started from. I think that was like the beginning of
I
that
think
era.
it's been more strongly toward the like mid 2010s, you know, like
Yeah,
16
definitely.
and on, you
I
know.
think it has evolved to a worser point,
Yeah,
like recent times. But I think it started from then, and that style of hip hop, I don't think it has longevity. Obviously you can enjoy it now, and I don't mind people that enjoy it now. I'll vibe to it right now, but I don't. But
True.
to be honest, I don't think in 10 years we're gonna be listening to. I don't think anybody's gonna be listening to it because I just don't see it.
for some, yeah, because like you can't say that for Kanye, for example. I mean, Kanye is a bit later on, but you can't say that for like Kanye. You can't say that Kanye's music
Jay-Z and
won't be. Yeah, exactly. You know, they're all
Yeah, but
within the
these are
era.
like current rappers that are like still putting out music, so they're still relevant at
Yeah,
some point, to a certain extent. They're still putting out albums. They're still relevant, especially Kanye with some other
yeah.
issues. But I think like Soulja Boy just had a like recent resurgence, like, but he's such a meme that it like
The thing is,
that
exactly.
his music is so
Soldier
relevant.
Boy is back because of like
saw
the
something
memes, you
about
know, not like
Boy.
actual, not like his
Yeah,
music.
but that's what I'm saying. Like, I think with long lasting rappers like Kanye, Jay-Z, I think they can continue to make music because there's still people listening to them, and there's still people who are gonna go out and buy those albums. But I think
And
with
they
people,
and they're
but I think with
special in
people,
such a way. You know,
exactly,
like
and I think and they have something new to bring as well. They evolve and they have
Yeah,
something new to bring. But I think with rappers like this, it's a lot of the same stuff over and over again, and eventually your audience is gonna get bored of it.
exactly.
And
That's what I'm
so, and
saying. It's becoming
eventually
like a
your
job because
sales are
it's
gonna
like
go,
a
exactly, and eventually your sales are gonna go down, and you're just gonna retire because you're not gonna be selling albums anymore, and you're just not gonna feel like doing it anymore
exactly
because the money isn't
you
coming in like it
mentioning
used to.
because
you
they follow
mentioning
a
Soulja Boy.
formula. You
I'm
know, they
searching up
follow a
right now
formula.
what about him. So
Sorry.
you know, you guys mentioning about Soulja Boy, like I just saw something about him. So I swear they said something about him being a meme, and as you said, Marco. So I'm just searching up what they said about him right there.
Do you remember the whole when he was on the Breakfast Club, the whole Drake,
Drake, Drake,
Oh my god, crazy.
or like the what was it called? The Soldier console. What was it?
I don't remember what it was called.
But he
I
wanted to
think a
release like a
total of like 3
console.
people bought
Like
that shit. Like,
dude, watch that be like super expensive in the future though. Like literally
I
just for
just,
like the memes
yeah,
and the
but
picture.
that's what I mean. Like, I just think rappers like that and that style that obviously has evolved up to this point into like trap and that type of thing. It's a lot of the same stuff, and so it's just like you're like,
Exactly,
okay, like
exactly. That's what I'm saying.
it just lives on like throwback playlists. Like that's where it's gonna end
Exactly.
up.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
it.
yeah.
Like,
Exactly.
What like they said something about Soulja Boy, like what's written here is like this is how bad of a meme he is. Is like Soulja Boy hasn't scored the victory on the charts since 2007. Breakout hit Crank, you know the song Crank.
yeah.
He achieved moderate success with follow-up singles. Like what the man? How can you? And now he's locked up.
He's locked up
He is locked up behind bars. Exactly. He is 100%.
again.
He is. Yes, he still is.
What's
Mira,
For what?
already in jail?
Why did I not hear about this?
because he's such a bad meme.
But yeah, like and like
January
obviously
2000.
we need to remember that memes aren't forever. Like
True.
like
Dude,
like
memes
and I
literally
think
like
when people
there's
are
a
like
new
when
meme
people
like
like
every week.
people talk about, I know people talk about memes and it's like, okay, this meme's here now. Next week it's gone. It's over. Like and when
But the
people
thing is
talk
with
about
memes, you
rappers
like
and they're like, oh, but he's so great because he's like a meme and he's funny. I'm like, bro, that's not a good thing. He's gonna be
but the
gone in
thing
like
is
a
with
couple of weeks.
memes is different though because there's like tiers to memes and like to understand the higher tiers you need to like have the history of the
Exactly.
ones from before. Like for example, you see that like a lot with like Lost.
Yeah.
You guys know what Lost is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
What?
I feel like Hussein doesn't know what Lost is.
Keep
No, I
talking.
do. By
Finish talking.
the way, just for you guys to know, wallahi, I can't I can barely, I can hear Rafa, but like the sound's coming and going. So I don't know what about you guys. So and well, I can barely hear you guys. I can hear Mark. So going back to our topic, in January 2017, Soulja Boy was hit with 2 felony weapons possession charges, and basically he's locked up till now. So.
But yeah, I think the best example of this is like 6ix9ine. Like, it's like I can't listen to his music. It's like it's so yelly, and I'm like, okay, fine. Like it's good in some vibes, I guess, but like it's really I doubt it's gonna last. Like I don't see him lasting at all.
The song I know for 6ix9ine is the one like that has gunshots in. Like I swear, like that goes pop pop pop.
That's like literally like.
I think the only one I can think of is like the one he has with Nicki Minaj. Yummy or something? Gummy?
Was that it?
Something like that. I don't
Gummy.
know.
Bro, we sound like such old heads right now. Like,
I know,
yummy,
bro.
yummy.
That's the thing. We're such old heads. We need like we need to talk to like a new head at some point because like we're such old heads and I just can't.
Dude,
I always feel like that. I always feel self-conscious about like shitting on new artists because I'm like I feel like such an old head. But then I listen to them and I'm like I don't feel sorry anymore.
Exactly. That's exactly what I was gonna
Bro,
say.
I can't listen to Blueface. I don't know how anybody listens to Blueface. I can't do it.
No.
I can't listen to a rapper who raps off beat. I can't do it. I know people are like, oh, that's his vibe. I'm like, I can't listen to it. It pisses me off.
But
Maybe.
Speaking of rappers that like all their songs sound the same, dude, I don't know if you guys listen to the Baby's new song.
The Baby? I knew you were about to say The Baby.
Dude, cause I mean, I'm not gonna lie, his songs, okay, they do have like the same flow, the same style, but I mean they do sound good. And he has this new song. Let me check what it's called. Actually, I don't remember.
That's the thing with The Baby. I think all of his songs sound like his first song, but his first song was so good that you're like, okay, so the rest of these songs, since they sound the same, they're all good. All these songs
it forces you, exactly.
No, but this song is called "Find My Way," and he actually changes his flow on this one, and it's not bad. It's actually really nice. And he released like his music video on YouTube, but more than a music video, it's kind of like a short movie. And someone had a really interesting comment, and it was something like, "Y'all don't understand. Like the Baby's actually like really smart. He's trying to like show his skills because you could really see him like acting. Yeah, you could really like see him acting in the video. So I don't know. Maybe it can go from like hip hop to like him being in movies. You know, kind of like what 50 did, 50 Cent.
Yeah. Ice Cube. A lot, and I feel like that happens a lot.
Yeah,
Ice Cube did that as well. Iconic.
That would be interesting.
Friday.
My point is that it would be interesting to see that with like new mumble rappers, you know?
Yeah.
Oh my God. By the way, like I barely listen. I barely listen to new rappers because like I can't stand specific tones in their voices or like it's the auto-tune, the extreme auto-tune. Although I like listen to reggaeton, which has like I think the highest amount of auto-tune. Okay,
yeah,
but like
I'm like trying. I obviously am conscious that I'm really I don't think I'm ever gonna be able to get into that type of music to the point where I have it in my playlist and I'm gonna play it consistently. But I'm still trying to like expand to listen to newer artists, even like trying to find because obviously people like us who are considered old heads in some aspects, people think that we only listen to old music. But I feel like at some point, so I've been trying to like listen to good new music because I think like we need to appreciate the artists that are actually making good music today, like at this point, right? Like someone who I think is super overrated, like underrated, sorry, and I think needs so much more recognition than they get is YBN Cordae. I think his
Dude,
style,
I was literally
his
about to bring him
flow
up. I was literally about to
is
bring him
so
up.
fire. It's so unique and so specific to him.
Yeah.
And I just appreciate his music so much because he has I feel like he has the perfect blend of like new music and
Exactly.
like
Oh my
old type
God.
style.
Exactly.
He
Exactly.
mixes. I think he mixes it up well. Like he mixes his music well.
Like earlier when Hussein was talking about the Soldier Boy thing, when I was gonna say something, that's exactly what I was gonna say, because I think he's the perfect blend of like mumble with like the conscious rap, you know, like the J. Cole and the Kendrick, and then he also mixes like literally like with YBN Namir, you know, that's like a completely different flow, like a completely different style of rap.
They have a collection, like a mixtape album, all of them together, the YBN crew. And I just downloaded the songs where it's just him and none of the other members because I was like, fuck, I can't listen to any of these other songs. They keep pissing me off.
Dude, he posted a freestyle like a week ago. I shared it on my Instagram, on my story.
I saw it. I watched it.
It went off like that flow, man. It's just
unbelievable.
Have you guys seen his freestyle from when he was a little kid?
No.
Bro, even since he was a little kid, he could fucking go off. I was like, yo, what a boy going on?
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's dope to see. And I've actually like listened to some of his interviews, and he also has a lot of inspiration from like a lot of different rap subgenres, you know?
Yeah.
Just like us, like we have inspiration from like, you know, it can go from Biggie to Shady. But he also listens to like, you know, the mumbles, you know? And that's obviously where you get inspiration for like different types of flows. And that's just really interesting that there's an artist out there doing all of that together,
Yeah,
you know,
and
incorporating
I always
everything.
appreciate that about especially young, newer artists.
Exactly.
Kind of expanding their range, and not only in hip hop, but also in like general music. Because if you're doing music, I feel like obviously you're a hip hop artist, but I feel like
like Trippie Redd like making like rock albums and stuff like that.
No, I don't mean that. Like you can make hip hop, and if that's your thing, I don't mind you doing that consistently.
But like do your own thing.
But but I think it's interesting when a rapper will listen to other genres of music to form inspiration for their hip hop, you know?
Oh,
exactly.
yeah,
I think
dude, definitely.
Tyler the Creator does that super well. Who listens to all types of music, all types of like obscure ass, underground ass music. And it kind of creates a sense of like uniqueness and individuality with him because he's grabbing inspiration from like where not a lot of other people are grabbing inspiration, you know?
Exactly. Like he's trying, they're trying to be like unique in such a way, like them listening to as you said, underground ass music, and for example, me, I like appreciate a lot of rappers that listen to songs that have like a specific flow, a specific melody, and then they try to like combine it with their own music.
Dude,
for example,
I think
like,
that's really important. Yeah, like what Hussein's saying exactly. Like with samples, you know, like take Logic and Wiz Khalifa. They have a song called Indica Baru, and they sample a song by Bill Withers called "Use Me," and the same song is the same sample that is used in Kendrick's "Sing About Me, I'm Dying of Thirst." And it's crazy how well you can take something from a completely different genre and use it for hip hop.
exactly.
You know,
and sampling such a massive aspect of hip hop, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
Like music got into like a level that like I don't know if in the past they expected it to reach this level, and the like the new talents that have appeared in these like in that last like decade, as I said, is unbelievable. Like with different flows, different like lyrical abilities, many different like ideas that like every single rapper has his own
yeah, man.
way
it's important. It's important, man.
Yeah.
It's important because like when people sample these songs and these other genres, when people want to find out about them, then they realize like, oh, because that's literally happened to me so many times. Like I'm like, oh, like who produced this, like where did he get this from? And then you literally just end up going like way back to other types of music. It's like, damn, like this is where they take it from. Like you realize the type of music they make and the type of music that they listen to make it.
Exactly.
Yeah, dude, that's crazy. I think that's really important.
Between, like the way they combine, like that sounds cliche, but like they combine the past and the future, you know, like so.
Yeah, man, definitely.
It's crazy.
But yeah, I think I feel like we often like overlook like newer good rappers because we're so critical of, not us specifically, but because we're often very critical of the new mainstream style of hip hop, and I think like sometimes and so I think sometimes we just ignore that there's still good rappers coming out with really good music.
Talented rappers that respected the
I think that's the key word. I think you don't have to like it, but you at least have to like respect what came before you. Yeah, because it's kind of like what built up to what you are now. Like I think when Lonzo Ball was like, "Oh, I don't listen to Tupac. That shit's trash. I listen to Drake." I'm like, bro, like that's not how it works. Like
when people like I don't understand, like people at the age of 19, 18 listen to Lil Pump. Like, bro, I swear, like, okay, I know you're like into this new music, but like you're 19 and you're supposed to be listening to Tupac, to Biggie, to all these actual rappers. Like, okay, no offense to Lil Pump, but like he did a song with like words like
shout out Lil Pump.
If
you're watching this, bro, I love you.
I love you, bro. Biggest fan.
Bro. Give me a feature. Put me on a track, bro. I got you.
Hell no.
It's unbelievable. I swear, like the first time I heard like Gucci Gang was like, I looked at. I think I was with like a friend. I looked at him like, what the fuck is this? Like,
yo,
come on, this is not music.
Would you guys like what Marco just said? If let's say you wanted to make it big in the music industry, would you go on a feature? Oh my God, why can't I speak? Would you feature with an artist, for example, like Lil Pump, something you don't really like, to make it big, or would you rather like stay true to yourself and make it the way with like what you actually listen to and that type of thing? Because with Lil Pump, you can make it up like probably real easy.
But I think with our type of like style and what we actually like, I think it would be interesting to kind of combine those two worlds, you know.
The thing is,
like I wouldn't mind it, you know.
No, but I'm saying like you'd have to like be like a mumble rapper.
Like the mumble rap. Okay.
No,
yeah, exactly.
No, I have a very funny answer. Like, if I'm more into like gaining clout and shit, I think I would go with Lil Pump. But like me being true to myself and true to the music I've listened to all my life, and I don't think I would be able to.
But what would you define as success though? Because like would your success be like getting big? Like being seen as the person that like does that kind of music, but you can still be true to yourself. Like you can make it big and still listen to like Biggie and Tupac and Jay-Z and Kendrick and
like
Cole.
I can, for example, like I could go like on a feature one for like one song and just one song only with, for example, Pop and Jim. Then skirt, then go. Like no, like listen, go back to our own music. So
I think this kind of leads back to what we were talking about before. I think if we're talking about success, and I just don't think these people are going to be successful for a super long time. So I feel like if we're talking about success, I think going the more genuine route, I think would cause success for a longer period of time.
True.
But at the same time, I feel like if you want like quick and easy, like then yeah, sure, you go with Lil Pump.
Look, no offense to Lil Pump, but
again, just out here like, throwing shots at Lil Pump, fucking.
No offense to Lil Pump, but fuck that dude.
No, it's like he's already like a like not irrelevant, but like he's already not that mainstream anymore. Like you
I
guys,
haven't even heard anybody listen to him in ages. Like,
I swear, like to be honest, look, the only song I heard, like he did a song with like guys, the YouTube with KSI. He just did the like, okay, and to be honest, KSI's verse was much better than the one like Lil Pump was like Corona.
I haven't listened to KSI's music in ages. I think the last time I listened to KSI music was his
Lamborghini.
We were all dissing each other. Holy shit! You remember Lamborghini?
Yeah, bro. I don't know. To the back, 2016 music. Like, so this is.
There's a lot of like YouTube rappers, aren't there? Like that's a whole like community as well.
I think Quedeca is actually like a good YouTuber. I mean, I don't listen to him, but like out of the YouTube rappers, like he's one of the ones that I like. Or
the guy that trapped like with ordering McDonald's. I don't know.
Oh, Hi-Rez?
Yeah.
Oh, Hi-Rez is an actual rapper though. He's not a YouTube rapper. He like actually raps. Like he's released some projects. They're actually really good. But
it's crazy.
This guy, like, Futuristic.
Yes, Futuristic.
Wolfie raps. That's the guy that I was thinking of. Wolfie raps.
Mostly, like I to be honest, I barely watch YouTube like rappers, like so.
I mean, no, the only ones I used to listen to were Hi-Rez and Futuristic, but kind of go over that. Because Hi-Rez had this song when Harambe died called Dicks Out for Harambe. Dude, like, high key, that shit goes hard. There's a song, the Young Freestyle. I'm not sure how it's pronounced. Marco, you know about it. The Korean freestyle.
Korean.
That he uses the same instrumental, and he made a song like called Dicks Out for Harambe.
Hello, darkness, my friend. Hard. That instrumental, like you put any decent rapper on that instrumental, and they will go hard.
Marco, edit me right now. You know the song "Hello Darkness," because like I don't know what the fuck you guys are talking about. So "Hello Darkness." I don't know the song.
You know what? And I'm gonna keep in the fact that you just asked me to edit that in.
Yeah, I was thinking like
this is the only reason I asked. Well, it's like actually like put it in the video of me just on my own zone. So.
But yeah, but like speaking of like new rappers, I think have you guys seen that Netflix show called Rhythm and Flow?
Dave? Oh, never mind. Yeah.
Rhythm and Flow.
I mean, no, I haven't, but yeah.
Oh, to be honest, I didn't know.
It's a like competition show with like rappers, and the judges are T.I., Chance the Rapper, and Cardi B.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, I think.
And I watched it when it came out, and bro, the guy who won is low-key fire. And I have both of the albums that he has out on iTunes. And
what's his name?
I'm like, his name's D Smoke, and I've been vibing with his
like D Smoke or
Smoke. D like the letter D, D.
Like D dick. For like
dick.
Okay. Okay. Really? Okay.
You know why? This is the first thing that came to my head because you said Dave, and I was thinking about Little Dicky.
Oh no.
Oh, by the way, Little Dicky, we forgot about Little Dicky, bro. I swear
Little Dicky goes
Little
hard,
Dicky's
bro.
Dope, bro. Little Dicky goes hard.
I mean,
he's not a serious rapper.
He can change up the flow like really quick.
Yo,
so.
but
yeah,
like
dude,
if you listen to some of his songs, they're actually
God.
serious, but they have like that underlying like hymn tone, obviously.
Comedic,
some of his songs are like serious, but they're still really good.
He has a show actually. It's called Dave.
Yeah, that's what I was referring to.
So good.
Have you watched it?
Yeah, I watched it.
Yeah.
Like only the first like 7 episodes, but dude, it's so dope. It's so dope.
I've been meaning to, but I haven't watched it yet.
I definitely recommend it.
I recommend Rhythm and Flow. Rhythm and Flow is super good. Like
Flow.
not
I think
all
I've seen
not
like
all of
some
the rappers
clips
are
on
great.
YouTube.
Not all of the rappers are great, but it's just really interesting to see like a bunch of rappers from like different places.
It's like an X Factor for rap.
Exactly.
Kind of, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They just like, go to like different places looking for different rappers, and then they just bring them all together. But yeah, and then they do like different like they do like a feature challenge. Like 1 week they just all do a feature with like a famous artist.
What you know?
Sing a TikTok.
I'm just dancing.
But yeah, I think him is super good. Who else? Oh, fucking Denzel Curry's latest album, incredible, bro.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
I fucking love that shit. It's super good. Kenny Beats is like one of my favorite producers in general.
Oh my god.
Whoa, Kenny.
Think about that video. What was it? What was the normie you showed me? The Kenny Beats video with that dude.
I got depression.
Yeah.
Yeah. By the way, it's also, I think it's viral. I think I've seen it as well.
Yeah,
bro.
When the song came out, it went super fucking viral.
Yeah.
It's called Jesus is King. It's called Jesus is King. Jesus is the one. Sorry, Jesus is King is fucking Kanye. Jesus is the one. In parentheses, I got depression.
I got depression.
The chorus goes, "Cause I got depression. I got depression." Shout out mental illness. Shout out mental. Bro, Zach Fox is hilarious. I follow Zach Fox on everything because he's super hilarious.
Wow,
but yeah, Kenny Beats is one of my favorite producers. I've been trying to like just find different shit that I haven't listened to before. You know what I've been trying to do? Because I just noticed that there was a huge gap in like my iTunes playlist. It was female rappers. I was like, bro, I don't have any female rappers here.
I'm not
I spoke to Rafa about this thing, but I think I listen to more like female rappers than men. So like I like, for example, like they're not rappers, they're like
singers.
I don't know, like
R&B singers. No, R&B singers is different. No,
yeah,
I'm talking about straight rappers.
Though, because it's like exactly.
I'm talking about straight rappers. Those are R&B artists. Like I'm talking about like
I probably
straight
can't
rappers.
name five female rappers. Like, what? Like Nicki, Cardi.
Exactly.
Nicki, bro, literally like. Young Ma, dude, young M.A, like Young Ma, Young M.A, I don't know which one it is.
Iggy Azalea.
No, we're not considering that a rapper, bro. Hell no.
And Chanel West Coast.
Chanel West Coast.
Yeah.
OG.
Chanel West Coast.
But the only time I've seen Chanel West Coast was on the show Ridiculousness on MTV.
Bro, every time she's like, "I'm a rapper," I'm like, "No, you're not." I've tried. Every time I go back to her music, I'm like, "This is not good. You've still not made a good song."
I watched a podcast of her on Logan Paul's like podcast.
Ridiculous.
Like, I'm a rapper. Like I changed like stuff in rapping. I've been rapping for a very long time, and I was like, "Oh, your songs are like
dude, I hate people like that. I hate people
it's so bad. It's so bad." And then she's like, "I was co-signed by Lil Wayne because she's part of Cash Money." I don't know how she's part of Cash Money.
Nicki.
And then she's like, "I was co-signed by Lil Wayne. I was co-signed by Nicki. I was co-signed by all these people."
Like, and she
said, "Bro, you're not good. I don't know how high Lil Wayne was when he co-signed you, but you're not good." Like,
hell no, bro.
She said like I'm a different type of rapper. Like I'm revolutionary. You know, she was speaking like a sassy voice. I'm like, bro, you're not a fucking rapper. Stay home.
But I've been trying to find like rappers that are in my style, but are just female. Like I'm not gonna go out.
I listen to more R&B
that I wouldn't usually listen to just because she's a woman. But I've been finding like some women that I'm like, wow, I actually really like your work. And just like you're just a chick. Like
to be honest, like I listen to more like R&B singers. Like so I don't like Nicki Minaj or like maybe I think when we were young, Anaconda for like a specific reason. I think all of us know why. So
I don't think anybody has ever listened to that song without watching the video.
Hell no, dude.
To be really honest, we just watched the video. We never.
You can watch that video and mute.
Dude, yeah.
And us like fucking little horny kids.
Yeah, I mean, I don't listen to Cardi because that's just not the music that I would listen to in
like
general.
a proper like female rapper that I can.
The problem is that like obviously right now you're not gonna find like very mainstream like our type of like rap, female rappers, because that's just not what's popping off right now.
Yeah.
But there's like, for example, Megan Thee Stallion. Like, that's not the type of music that I listen to, and I'm not just gonna listen to it because she's a chick.
Exactly, because she's female, yeah.
But she's popping off right now because that's the style of music that's popping off right now. But there are rappers that I've been listening to right now that are super good, and they're just female. Two that I like 100% recommend are Eve.
I'm searching up
No Name.
Rappers.
Eve and No Name. Those are the two rappers right now.
No Name, yeah.
That I'm like, oh no, Eve, No Name, and Tierra Whack are the three female rappers that I'm like,
damn, yeah, that's right, No Name.
Y'all are actually good. And I actually appreciate their work, and even though I was like, bro, I just wanted to expand, and I was like, let me try to find someone that's actually good, and it just happens to be.
Man. Yeah, exactly.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
A female artist that, I mean, she's not a rapper, but she's like very closely associated with rappers. Ari Leno with like
Ari Lennox.
Isn't it Leno?
I thought it was Lennox. I don't know.
I thought it was Lennox at first, but then I heard Leno, so I'm like, oh damn.
By the way, you guys, what's her name? The girl that went on Dr. Phil's show, and she thinks she's a
Bad
Baby, dude.
I haven't listened to her. I haven't heard about her in ages, bro.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie.
The thing is, I looked up like top 20 female rappers, and I saw her like pop up, and I'm like,
no way. Is that what people think is good hip hop?
Dude, how many female rappers are there?
Cash me outside. How about that, mama? I swear, like everybody who does this meme thing right now, man, gets on my nerves because like she's now she thinks she's a rapper, and
dude, she has a song called like Gucci Flip Flops or something, and I'm not gonna lie, like her flow is not bad on that. Like it goes hard, low key.
But her voice, bro, voice is such an important part of hip hop, and her voice is horrendous. And I'm like, I can't listen to you like this. Obviously, her lyrics are terrible, and her voice is terrible, but her flow isn't terrible. Like, it's
not that bad. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying.
But her lyrics are trash, and her voice is super trash.
It goes back to mumble rapping, so it's okay.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Mumble rapping, so it's not an issue.
But yeah, I think. But like before, like in the 90s and before that, like I feel like female rappers were super relevant and they were super good. Like Missy Elliott, Queen Latifah, Lauryn Hill, super great female artists that were actual rappers.
Oh yeah, just to clarify, when I was saying I can't name like 5 female rappers, I was talking about like nowadays, because
recent.
I don't want to be like misunderstood and like sound like I'm an ignorant hip hop like fake wannabe.
No, you are.
Like, yeah, sure.
You can admit it. It's fine.
Yeah, sure.
By the way, I'm checking a list right now of top artists, and by the way, Fergie. You guys forgot about Fergie.
Fergie has never been good outside of the Black Eyed Peas, and even in the Black Eyed Peas, she wasn't that great.
By the way, she's ranked 23, so
183.
No, 23 as top.
23.
And for some. Okay, they have Lauryn Hill as the first. Missy Elliott.
Oh, you know who's actually pretty decent right now? Doja Cat. I actually don't mind a lot of her music.
Who?
Doja Cat.
Oh, Doja Cat. I've heard her name.
The one on TikTok.
I've seen her in posts and stuff.
Yeah, one of her songs went viral on TikTok, but like some of her tracks are actually really good. And I was like, okay. She's the chick from Bitch I'm a Cow. Bitch I'm a cow. Bitch I'm a cow.
She was on Genius, wasn't she?
I swear,
yeah, she was on Genius and everything.
Oh my god.
But yeah, the first song was like a meme, right? But then after that, she just started putting out like fire tracks, and I was like, yo, what the fuck? Where does this come from?
Dude, I don't know, man.
By the way, guys, I want your thoughts on Ludacris.
On what? Ludacris?
Ludacris? Yeah. I don't listen to him, bro.
Ludacris
I've never listened
was
to him, like
very like Southern bounce music, which
Yeah.
was like very popping at the time. I don't think it like fits in with what people are listening now. It was kind of like that medium point between like old school hip hop and like current trap and like mumble rap.
True.
But I think he just transitioned into movies like a lot of old rappers do. So
yeah, exactly.
His best life.
Wait, I'm saying, do you listen to Ludacris?
No, but like I just saw like I saw him pop up on this ranker thing, and I was like, let me ask, because like I barely listen. Like I think he had a song in Fast and Furious, if I wasn't mistaken. Like he had a part of one of like the Fast and Furious songs, and which was not bad. Like so I don't know. Like I'll ask you guys, because like.
I mean, if that movie doesn't play his music, I don't know who will, bro.
Yeah, legit.
So I don't know, like.
Yeah, I think him, T-Pain, and like Andre 3000 kind of were like where like Southern like rappers kind of started to pop off, because for a while it was like East Coast, West Coast type thing.
Exactly.
And then these Southern rappers started to emerge, and it kind of created like a new space for rappers to come out from. And I think they have produced, like, that area has produced a lot of really good current rappers as well that were inspired by people like Ludacris and stuff. Like JID, like Atlanta, obviously.
Dude, I went to a JID concert.
Shut up.
And leave. Oh, that was the one you were supposed to go to.
I was supposed to go to that.
Oh man, dude, it was so good. It was.
But yeah,
I remember I asked Rafael, like, do you listen to him? And you're like, bro, I just went to this concert and stuff like that.
Yeah, because I mean, I listened to him because like he's part of Dreamville,
bro. He was literally at your
Dreamville.
university. If you don't go, like.
Obviously, yeah. Like
no, but,
I listened to him because
Atlanta,
of Dreamville, you know.
Yeah, but Atlanta has produced a lot of really good rappers. Even in Dreamville, Earth Gang as well, both come out of Atlanta.
Yeah.
But and Andre 3000 is like one of like the most underrated like artists ever.
And T-Pain.
Huh?
I don't. Maybe. What do you mean by underrated? Because I mean, Outkast is also, you know, they're referenced to a lot.
Yeah, I think they have a lot of influence, but I feel like people like forget about them when they're, especially Andre 3000 specifically. I feel like a lot of people forget how fucking great he was, because a lot of those songs that he popped off with were like his like parody songs. Like he would do like parodies of like other like genres. Like he would do a rock song here and there, or like a pop song, and those were like the shit that like popped off, and people kind of forgot about his like actual rapping.
Like his serious.
Yeah, and so I was like, I feel like he's often gets like left. I mean, like people that actually know hip hop know that he's an awesome rapper, and he deserves to be on any like even top 10 list. But I think when it comes to like like mainstream, like people don't know Andre 3000 as a rapper really.
The thing is, T-Pain I think was one of the first rappers to get like a platinum record. That's from Atlanta, I think, if I wasn't mistaken. So he got for the song, I think, "Buy You a Drink." Buy You a Drink, I think.
What was that song where he did this like insane rhyme where he was like
Yo, guys, I just figured out Busta Rhymes.
Busta Rhymes, bro. Busta Rhymes is super underrated too. Busta Rhymes created a bunch of trash ass music after his prime, and that's what everybody remembers him from. Everybody remembers him from Get Low Buzz. No, everybody remembers him from that. That's the only thing anybody remembers about Busta Rhymes. But he had some good ass music before that.
But I swear, I saw like I think 96.3 like FM thingy that when they interview like rappers and stuff. Bro, I swear he looked like fucking huge and jacked.
He's jacked.
Yeah,
this bro.
He's big, like he's actually big.
When he started off, he was skinny.
He's built like a rhino, bro. He's huge.
When he started off, he was skinny. Then when he popped off, he got like fat, and then he just got like all buff and shit. Literally, yeah. Any interview that you see for him now, and they see him like, and then they ask him to like rap or something, and he's like, he still goes off like.
He's still exactly, the flow's unbelievable, like.
Yeah.
So I think today we covered like what we had to cover, and we spoke generally about music, and we dived a bit deep, but it was a nice episode. So I hope you guys liked it, and we're gonna see Marco more on our episodes. I'm really glad and happy he joined today. So thank you guys for watching, and stay tuned.
Yeah, man. I just want to say, like, again, like, first of all, thanks to Marco for like offering himself to like become our editor, you know, for at least hopefully just some of our videos. And like, honestly, it was great having you on, man. Like, I knew this topic would have been amazing to speak about with you, because like when it comes to people who know like a lot about music and have like a well-rounded, you know, range in hip hop, especially, you're definitely one of the first people that come to mind. So I mean, you guys will definitely like hear in the episode Marco's knowledge on music, and
of course, I kind of stay quiet the most of the time, so it's okay. So, because I let him do his thing. So guys,
it's my first episode. I have to go off, bro.
Definitely, bro. Definitely.
It's a pleasure, by the way.
I'll have you on again for sure, man.
Of course. Thanks for having me, guys.
Definitely, bro. It was dope, man. It was dope.
A pleasure.
Hope you guys enjoyed, man.
You're